Everybody. How you doing? Happy Friday. This is Mariko Hirakawa of Visionary Yoga, author of The Yoga of Personal Development. And I wanted to come live here to talk about how to wake up early. This is for all of you snoozers out there who may hit the snooze button once, twice, multiple times before you actually get up. And the days are getting shorter if you are living in the the northern hemisphere. So it might be more challenging to get up earlier, and you might feel like you need more sleep, and that's fine. But I want to give you some strategies to be able to wake up early in the day, because even if you have a belief that you are a night owl, you're not a morning person, there is, that getting a head start to your day gives you more minutes and hours in the day, and it feels great to be ahead of the day, right? And so let me give you some wonderful wake up early strategies that I have actually used, and also from the wisdom tradition of yoga and Ayurveda, because one of the seminal practices is arising before the sun. And for some of us, that can be very challenging. So let's also first talk about the problem with snoozing. It's like snoozing is, I get it, the sense of waking up with an overwhelming sense of resistance and tiredness. And we trick ourselves into believing that hitting that snooze button is, affects us just for that moment or just for those few minutes in the morning. But when in fact, it has a very far-reaching effect, not just throughout the day, but really we're telling the universe when we, hit the snooze button, that we'd rather lie there with cover overhead and then be up and creating the life that we say we want to create. We're really telling the universe that we don't really want to live our lives on a subconscious level, at least not to the fullest, right? So how you start the day has a profound effect. And it's important to overcome that initial resistance, and this will have a very profound effect on how you live your life. So number one tip, okay, I have like 9 tips for you, but I think about 6 of them are really about that moment of waking up, which will really help you, because I had really hard time waking up early in the morning ever since I was a kid. I was always one of those kids. I was like, my mother had to like come multiple times to like drag me out of bed. And now I wake up at 5. I really look forward to the day, and I love watching the sunrise. And so how did I, dial in the early rising habit? So number one is, of course, it begins the night before, right? Set your intention the night before. And having a night ritual really helps. This is not the topic of our live today, but really it's important to have a night ritual to end your day in a calm way. One thing I've been really experimenting with is before bed, how you go to bed has a profound effect on the quality of your sleep, right? And recently I have been really studying the book Karma by Sadhguru. And in that book, he talks about um, imagine when you go to bed that your bed is actually like deathbed. And okay, that might sound drastic and morbid, but actually it is something that will make you feel so alive to at the end of the day, when you realize that the whole day you have been accumulating and accumulating impressions and experiences into your conscious and subconscious mind, right? Billions of bits of information that we imbibe through the 5 windows of perception. And these are impressions you have gathered. And we take a step back before we go to bed to get into a meditative state and say, okay, all these accumulations, I'm going to give a little distance and just be with my true self. And then I'm going to just offer all these impressions to the oblation of the fire of yoga. And you go to bed as if this is like the last day of your living waking life, and you really let go the whole day. You really let go, swaha, to the whole day. And when you go to bed like that with this kind of finality, first you appreciate the finiteness. You never forget, the fact that you are a mortal being and that every single day is so precious. It really makes you alive. And then second, your sleep quality is amazing. It's just you go to sleep with so much peace because you're not taking today into the next day. You're not rolling over the burdens, the conflicts, the whatever is nagging you, and you are really able to switch off your brain because you know what, the moment of death, it's like you become highly heightened in awareness. Hopefully we have that kind of a death, all of us, because the death is not death. It is really a portal. It's a transition, right? And this is such a profound understanding, just understanding this much, right? And so becoming aware of our finiteness of life, and then going to bed as if this is the last day of your life, and you're just releasing all of today's impressions, offering it to the fire of sleep, and you just allow yourself. I do a shavasana, and you just start to by relaxing every muscle in your face, your cheeks, your jaws. A lot of us clench our jaws in sleep. And, TMJ, I mean, this is really kind of I think, a modern, you know, um, disease in a sense that we clench, we're just like as if we're holding on to something, even in sleep. And so we can consciously do like a yoga nidra, shavasana, relaxation, attend to your breath, and get into a meditative state. And if you can actually enter this transcendental state, you will have such a mystical, deep, restorative, and you will need less hours of sleep, actually. The quality of sleep will be very profound. So that's my number one tip is before bed, set your intention. How you go to bed, release the whole day, right? And then before you get into bed, actually put the alarm clock in another room if you can, where you can still hear. If you're going to use your phone as an alarm clock, which I don't recommend, it's good to have an analog, one of those old-fashioned alarm clocks that is on the other side of the room or in another room. It's loud enough and you can hear it. And if you use a phone, just put it in another room also. So you got to get up to turn off your phone, right? And one thing that has really, really worked for me, this one thing really works for me because when I wake up at 5 a.m., sometimes I put the alarm 4:30 a.m. And at that time I'm just like, and your eyes are so dried out. And so it's really, it's easier to go back to bed than wake up. So keeping a bowl of water, it could be just a little, an open kind of a soup bowl of water right next to your bed within reaching distance, and just dip your fingers into the water and splash it over your eyes, because just moistening this area, the conjunctiva, it will have a profound effect on your ability to be like, okay, well, that was, and so just having a little moisture, or keep one of those spritzers, right? There are many kind of facial spritzers. If you want to get into a beauty treatment, there's hyaluronic acid spritzers. There's, beautifying, helping your skin glow kind of spritzers. It could just be plain water as well, and spritz it over your eyes, and it will really help you wake up enough to walk to the bathroom to actually splash water on your face and start brushing your teeth. So that, just really that bridge has helped so much. This one tip is really game changing when it comes to waking up. Just put a bowl of water next to your bed. So simple, so doable. And then drink water, hydrate, because again, I keep like two big like liter bottles of water in my bedroom, because we're deeply dehydrated when we go to bed. It's like 7 8 hours, 6 7 8 hours, right, of not drinking. So as soon as you get up, hydrate, and that will also start to wake up the system. And after the water splashing, turn the light on. Turn the light on, and there have been done, thousands of papers, scientific papers have been done on the study of sunlight on our, circadian rhythm. And just the light, the artificial light in your bedroom can help begin this. It can trick the eyes, the photoreceptors on your neural retina, to that actually the day has already begun. And so just turning the light as soon as you get up really helps to turn this mechanism on, and starts the cortisol mechanism in your nervous system to create the state of wakefulness. And they have done a lot of study on yeah, it just it sets your clock so that you can actually, it also helps you on the other end of the day to help you fall asleep and stay asleep longer. So not only does it help you stay awake and maintain wakefulness throughout the day, but it will also help you to go to sleep, to get sleepy and fall asleep and stay asleep. um, but the artificial sunlight, artificial lights in your bedroom is not quite the full spectrum light of this early morning light, right? The frequencies of light changes as the sun rises over the horizon to mid-heaven and down. So at the early morning time, right now it's like, the dawn is quite late. It's like 6:40, 7 o'clock, maybe even after 7 in some parts. So you can really, if you wake up before the sunrise, it's still really nice to be outside, get outside in the coolness. First, the fresh air will wake you up, but also looking at, the lightening horizon. And you don't want to look directly at the sunrise when it's like very bright, but looking towards the sunlight. And this is why in the ancient Vedic tradition, they would do Surya Vandana, the sun salutation. They would take a transparent vessel of water, and they would offer it, and they would look through it's amazing, this technology they developed, right? They look through the water towards the sunlight, so the water acted like lens, and the full spectrum light of the sunlight would fall on their eyelids, and it would start that it would turn on that melanopsin, intrinsically photosensitive ganglion cells in the eyes, and start that cortisol wake up mechanism and set the circadian rhythm. So this is a powerful, it's really a number one scientifically proven way to set your circadian rhythm right. This is one of the major epidemic of our digital era. The artificial light, it can help to, when you turn it on early, it can help like jumpstart that earlier in the day. But if you look at screens and computer screens, phone screens, a lot of exposure to light late into the night, then it will also disrupt your ability to sleep. So it's really, playing with this exposure to light is very, very important in your ability to stay awake and your ability to sleep well, deeply, that restorative sleep. And so limit your exposure to the blue light later in the evening. Like set a time for like putting your device to bed time, like 9, 9:30, 10 at the latest. If you can stay away from artificial light and just really start to, prime yourself for sleep as early as 10 p.m. was really great. Early morning, turn the light on if you get up before the sun rises. Um, when you take a shower, if you're a morning shower person, and I love showering in the morning, and there's also benefits to showering before bed as well. It's like washing, because showering is not just washing the skin, it is entire energy cleansing. Water has H2O, has an amazing ability to cleanse the electromagnetic field around our body. So arising, it really helps us to wake us up. And I always end with a cold shower. I may start with a lukewarm just to, get opening the pores and everything, but I like to always end with a cold shower. It just wakes me up, and I can feel there is a kind of a tightening and an alertness that it creates in me, that I love that feeling. And then at night, you can take a lukewarm shower at night, and it will work as, we call this bhuta shuddhi, right? Cleansing of the elements in our Vedic language and yogic language. Bhuta is 5 elements. The body is composed of 5 elements, and 5 elements, each of those elements, air, space, air, fire, water, earth, they all contain memories. They are gathering data throughout the day, right? And so again, it's a way of releasing the day, washing away the day. So if you are a night shower person, that's fine too. Just wash the, dross of the day energetically and physically, not just from your skin, but from your entire energy field. And then you can relax into meditation. So shower is a very powerful tool for both going to bed and waking up. Now, the first hour of the day is the rudder of the day. It really it's amazing how it sets the tone for the whole day. And if you are, on your phone, like kind of like randomly, not holding your attention, not consciously directing your attention, that you'll find that tendency will linger throughout the day, just being distracted. And so really take hold of your attention like your life depends on it, like it really does, right? Whatever you pay attention to becomes real for you, right? Your attention is very powerful. It's the reality creating mechanism of, of your life. So, you know, I really love, just after I finish my shower, I go straight to my meditation mat because I want to start my day by focusing on the infinite and priming and connecting with the highest frequency I possibly can. And it just helps me step out of the box of the mind, which is full of old concepts. So this is, the visionary way to start the day, guys, right? Because your visionary life, if you want your life to be a masterpiece, you got to create that life one day at a time, one 24-hour cycle at a time. And so I started my work as an Ayurvedic practitioner, like giving hundreds of people Ayurvedic consultations. And because I was consulting a lot of yogis, they had like perfect diets, perfect, they were eating vegan and all these things. But many of them did not have a reason to wake up. And that's why they were coming to me, because there was no, reason, a purpose, a higher calling to wake up for. And so that is so important also. It's like, what are you waking up for? So contemplating that before you go to bed, what is your purpose? What are you excited about to get up for? And that will also help you be excited to wake up. So you wake up going, yes, thank you for this day, because we can change the language from I have to I have to do this tomorrow, I have to do this tomorrow, to I get to. And when you consider that so many people did not wake up this morning, right? So many people, their lives just ended, you know, and they didn't know it was going to end. They didn't get this day. They didn't get the chance of the day. So everything after waking up is an added gift, added bonus. But most of us don't wake up like that, right? Most of us wake up like, it's another, even Fridays. It's like, it's like, I got to get through this day. Come on, you got your heart beating, you got pulse, you got breath flowing. This is a gift. And so connect with that higher purpose. Get excited about it the night before. Like, what do you want to do better tomorrow than today? Review the day. Yeah, that's another great thing to do before bed. Review the day that's been and be like, how do I want to show up better tomorrow? How can I make tomorrow a better day than today? So that is a great contemplation before going to bed. And I'm kind of going back and forth, but so let's review, right? One, set the intention, right? Review the day. What are you going to do better tomorrow than I did today? Release the whole day into, remember, like the bed is like a deathbed. Let go the whole day. And then move the alarm clock to another room or another side of the room where you got to get up and walk, right? Splash water, keep a bowl of water next to your bed so you can wake up as soon as you get up, or put a spritzer, right? Brush your teeth, hydrate, take a shower, and then first hour is the rudder of the day. So script your day, right? Like, what do you want to, what is the ideal way in which you want to wake up? What's the perfect day? What's the perfect day for you? Let's make tomorrow a perfect day and script that. So I have, had kept the meditation habit, and I love to read before meditation, because for me, I really love to get into the mood. Like, the mood is important. So I love to do a spiritual read before bed and just contemplate these, start the day by having quality thoughts, because this is one quote from Zig Ziglar that I love. You are what you are and where you are because of what has gone into your mind, right? You can change what you are, and you can change where you are by changing what goes into your mind. And so choose, the great books, if you read the Bible, I love to read this yogic texts, words of enlightened being, enlightened masters. There's so many out there available. There's so many quality spiritual read. It doesn't even have to be spiritual, but doing a read for 15, 20 minutes, feeding your mind quality food, and then meditation, and then after meditation, I if I have the time, I love to take a blank piece of paper and just journal, because it's contemplating your meditation. You see, I've talked to a lot of people who meditate, and then they tell me, I've been meditating for like 5 years, but I don't feel like I'm making any spiritual progress. Now, why is that? Because there is no contemplation of your inner experiences. We don't learn from just experiences. If you take them for granted, if you compartmentalize your meditation, if you compartmentalize what happens in your yoga practice, and you leave that on the mat and you leave that on your meditation cushion, and you never take it into the rest of your day, you're just like, reacting to things, right? And this way, then you're not taking that wisdom, taking the gems from your beautiful practices and let it filter throughout your day. The whole point of any formal practice is so that that part of our consciousness is accessible throughout the day. And for that, we have to create a bridge, a conscious bridge between our formal practice of meditation and yoga, whatever other, spiritual practice you have, into our waking day. Otherwise, what is the point if you just compartmentalize that, right? And so writing really helps you process what happened during meditation. What messages did you receive? What did you experience? You know, Writing is like mining your own consciousness for the golden nuggets, because you do hold so many of the answers. And so I like to fill at least 3 pages, writing free style, just stream of consciousness, not editing myself. And it's just amazing what comes up. This was my therapy through my dark night of the soul. When I was 19 years old and my dance career, I was in a transition from my professional ballet dance career into, I didn't know what, because that's all I knew. I went into a deep depression, and I was like, every day I would just put a, question mark at the top of the page, like, what's my life about? Who am I about? Who am I? Every day I would have a new question, and I would try to answer that. And so much came out, and I kept on tugging at it and tugging at it. And it took me to, the life that I have now, which I truly love, and so journaling can truly change your life, the insights that comes out of that journaling, right? And then exercising, of course, exercising, right? So it keeps you alert. Doing the hard stuff early in the day. I love doing my yoga practice. Yoga is like some of the hardest things I know to do. And I often don't feel like doing it, but when I finish it, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like $1,000,000, to start that day. And this started in India when I was studying Ashtanga yoga in India, in Mysore, and the yoga was at 5 a.m. and it was just too hot to do yoga any other time. From 5 to 7 a.m., we were like a puddle of sweat, on our mats. And it was dark, you'd walk through the dark, cool air to the Ashtanga Yoga Shala, and it just felt like $1,000,000 at 7 a.m. as the sun rose. I, had done the hardest thing I knew to do, and I was ready for a good South Indian morning breakfast, chai, dosa, or coffee, Indian coffee with cardamom in it and dosa. And I just felt like I really deserved that breakfast. And I love starting the day like that. So it doesn't have to be 2 hours, really. It could be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just to get your body started. So I hope that, this really served you here. And I know I see a few of you join me. And I want to give you also a tool for turning on positive abundance mindset early in the day. This is gold, guys, because, again, what you put on, what enters your mind is how it sets the day, sets the whole day's tone. And I created, out of the need for it and for my people, this affirmation video that will really prime your brain for abundance. It's full of affirmations that open your heart and that give you quality, and it just also pop your, enhance your self-esteem and your possibility. You start your day with possibility. And so if you want to grab it, it's right here. Sorry. Wait, not that one, this one. Okay, powerful mood altering abundance affirmation video. It's just under 4 minutes and it is powerful. If you watch this for like, make a challenge to watch this 21 days in a row as early in the day as you can, So it could be even after your exercise routine, but just starting, tuning your vibration to limitless thoughts, tuning your vibration to the limitless nature of what you are and what you are here on earth to do. And you will never take your day for granted. And let's live our lives with, instead of have to, I get to do. I get to. I get to wake up. I get to, call, I get to make a cold call. I get to have this meeting. And when you approach your life, just that subtle word shift, the wording shift will change your attitude for the whole day. And life is a gift. Life is a gift. And there, your positive thoughts are 1,000 times more powerful than your negative thoughts. Isn't that good to know? A lot of people worry who are studying law of attraction, like, oh my God, every one of my thoughts become reality. Thoughts are things. And, what about all my self-hating, world-hating, negative thoughts? Are those going to become real too? And so there's a self-assurance, right? That your positive thoughts, even if there are fewer in number than your negative thoughts, your positive aligned thoughts are 10,000 times more at least powerful than your self-loathing, world-loathing thoughts. So, let's spend at least a few moments in the day, preferably early in the day, with affirmative thoughts. And this video you can also use in the afternoon, often the afternoon time. It's the time like 3-4 p.m. According to Ayurvedic medicine, is resonates with your adrenal organs, and so the adrenal fatigue can set in at like 3-4 p.m. This is the vata time of the day, and this is why people need a caffeine hit at around that time of the afternoon. This is a great time to watch this powerful mood altering abundance affirmation video and just now pick up your mental energy and attune to something high vibrational and reaffirm, and it's good to have a ritual around that time as well. It's great to have a morning ritual, it's great to have an afternoon ritual, just when it's like, this is being proactive in your day, right? Be proactive and know, after you've lived this many years on planet earth, you should know when you need that extra energy injection. Have a strategy to raise your mindset, to raise your energy level. And then before bed, yeah, conscious going to bed. And this will change your life, truly. It will change the quality of your thoughts, quality of your emotions, quality of your energy you bring to every moment of your day. And this is how you create a masterfully lived day, which strung together create a masterful visionary life. And so if you are, kind of in the transition, or if you are wondering, just like what's next, or if you have a vision towards which you have been working for a really long time and have not quite managed to manifest it, I'd love to be your partner in believing. I do have just 3 spots in my vision session. It's called Vision Accelerator Session. We're coming to the end of the year, but we still have more than a month, right? We still have ample time to generate great momentum towards your vision. And it starts with elevating your identity, elevating your self-image. And so I would love to be the holder of your vision for you. And I always, people are always amazed the obstacles they didn't know they had. The biggest obstacle, that was the invisible one. And the value of a conversation is like this is just, you unearth so many things that were invisible to you, that being conscious of now, you can remove that and quantum leap towards your vision. Many of my clients have manifested lives that, just dream house, partner. I mean, it's really, the universe is conspiring to make your, vision realized. But I think we don't quite believe that. We need to strengthen our belief muscle. And so this Vision Accelerator Session is really big step in that direction. So I invite you. I just have 3 spots because of the holidays coming up, and I'm going to be in Mexico. But I want to meet you from Mexico on Zoom and really fast track your vision for you and shave off at least a year or a few years off of your timeline for realizing your big picture vision. So grab it before it's filling up. My calendar's filling up, so I'd love to talk to you. And I wish you an amazing weekend. We're in the fast accelerating time of history of humanity, and so let's make each day, each moment count with our inspiration, right? This is a gift. Every moment, right? Every moment. It's not time that's flowing, it's life. It's our life that is running out. So let's wake up and live like today is your very last. How would you show up if this was your very last day? And so I want to leave you with that. I know it may sound morbid, but its purpose is to have you step into a heightened way of really appreciating your life for what it is, because it is magical. So thank you so much for being a visionary, and I hope to speak with you soon. Grab that gift, visionaryyoga.com/abundance. This is an amazing video for you, and I look forward to seeing you on another episode of Visionary Yoga TV. Have a beautiful weekend, everybody. Namaste.